Hi guys, and welcome back to another Genshin Impact weapon review. Today we're going to take a look at the WhiteBlind. It's a 4-star claymore, it's from the Infusion series, and you can only obtain it by forging. We know that this is a very good option for free-to-play player, because forging means that you don't need to waste Primogen, and so in some case real life money, to get this weapon. You just need to be lucky and drop the prototype, and that's very good because it's easier to get this weapon, and it's even easier refining this weapon as long as you get the prototypes from the claymore. The base stats of this weapon are a base attack of 42, with secondary stats being defense. At level 19, this became a 510, that as we know, it's a pretty decent amount for a 4-star weapon, with a 51.7% defense percent boost. Pretty much, defense just make your character more tankier, so you can take more hit and take less damage. Now, the passive is Infusion Blade. When you hit an enemy with your normal or charge attacks, your attack is increased by 6% and even your defense. This can stack up 4 times and last 6 seconds. This means that if you attack an enemy 4 times, you can stack up to a 24 attack percent and a 24 defense percent. So you get both stats, and that's very nice. Plus a 24% is actually very huge. And this defense, you can sum it with the 51 you already have. So at max stack, you actually have a 75% defense. But this can only happen once every 0.5 seconds. This means that to get the max stack, you need at least to wait 2 seconds. You can refine this. Teach refine this bonus increase of 1.5, but because this stack 4 times, already it's a 6% bonus each refine, up to a total of 48% at max stack at refine level 5. This is very nice because it's a 48% attack and defense percent. This weapon, in my opinion, is actually a very strong weapon, but it's not usable on every character. Simply because there are characters that benefit from, for example, DPS, and others that benefit from defensive stats. It depends a bit on your playstyle, but usually, if you want a weapon to deal damage, this is not an option that you can use on every character, because of the secondary stats being defense. And we're gonna see why. Now, we have this list of claymore user. The best claymore user for this weapon is Noelle. Why? Because Noelle ability actually scale with her defense. We can see this very, very easily. Noelle has a scaling with her shield. In fact, this shield has HP that is based on Noelle defense, and even the HP that you heal is based on Noelle defense. The ultimate burst gives you an attack boost equal to half your defense. No, not to half, but based on even on your defense. Then we have Devotion, that is the first talent, that scale with Noelle defense. So you can easily see that because Noelle scale a lot with defense, having these as secondary stats and as a passive bonus is very powerful. The other character that it's a bit weaker because she doesn't benefit like Noelle, Xenian. Why Xenian benefit from this weapon? It's pretty simple. It's because Xenian has a single ability that actually scales with defense, and is this one. Her elemental skill pretty much create a shield and deal parry damage. The shield strength is based of the amount the enemy you hit, plus pretty much the defense of Xenian. So having this weapon on Xenian would mean that you lose damage, but you gain a stronger shield. And plus, at max constellation, your charge attacks actually deal more damage. In fact, Xenian charge attacks actually gain an attack bonus equal to 50% of her defense. So you can actually have this weapon and still get a pretty decent of utility from Xenian. But of course, Noelle is actually probably the best character for this weapon. Then we have Radzor, Diluc, Chongyun, and Beidou. I personally would not use this weapon on any one of them. Radzor, Diluc, and Chongyun are very strong DPS character. They prefer to have crit rate, they prefer to have crit damage, they prefer to have simply attack percent, or even other things that benefit from their damage. And this weapon just give them defense and a bit of attack percent, but 24 attack percent, it's not good enough to replace, for example, a secondary stats attack percent. Because a secondary stats, your attack can easily go up to 14 to 15%, and with a different passive, but it's still higher than this weapon. So this is one of the main problems of the weapon. It's only usable, for example, on Noelle and Xinian, while Razor, Diluc, Chongyun, and even Beidou, in my opinion, don't benefit from this weapon. Like, you can equip this to them, but you will lose a lot of damage, and in return, your character can be a little tankier. But that's not what Diluc, for example, Razor want to be. They are main DPS. So it's a bit of your choice and on your playstyle. I personally think that, as I said, Noelle will be S tier with this weapon, Xinian A tier, and then Beidou, Chongyun, Diluc, and Razor, we can say C tier, pretty much. They are the worst user for this weapon. But that's all for this video, and see ya on the next one. Let me know what you think about this weapon.